Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. Sorry, I was having a bit of a wonk with the internet.
Oh, I thought that might be what was going on. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
How
are
are you
you? Are you
doing?
okay?
Yeah, I woke up with a bit of a crick neck this morning. So, if I'm a little bit stiff and wincing, that's why.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
I've just had the husband try and massage it a little bit for me, but it's not releasing. So,
Oh, right. Okay. So who's on at the moment?
we've got a couple on. We've got Leslie's on,
Yeah.
and then yeah, there's a few others that I'm not sure what the names are
Yeah,
because
that's
it is
Gina. GG
yeah.
Nutrition. Yeah.
There we are. And yeah, one, the Shamil Gon Nui on Soli is a local business here. It's a kind of a gîte, kind of refuge business.
Oh,
Uh, so, and then somebody called Christopher Stephen Ram that I'm not sure who that is. So, welcome everyone.
yes.
Thanks for joining me, Caroline.
No, you're welcome.
So, for those of you that don't know, Caroline has over 17 years' experience in the skin health industry, working as a functional medicine practitioner. So, she's kindly volunteered to join us and share some of her expertise. So,
Do you want me to yeah, excuse my hair. This is called lockdown haircut.
have you been trimming it again?
Yeah, and I can't see what I'm doing unless I've got my glasses on, so it's gonna be
It's a bit uneven. You can't tell, Caroline, I wouldn't worry. So,
oh, that's okay then. Uh,
mm.
yeah, so it's all right. There's comments coming up. So yeah, Christopher's just a follower. So yeah,
Ah,
so specifically, what we're talking about today is skin, because obviously Leslie deals a lot with Hashimoto's, and you can suffer with lots of different, obviously, conditions to do with your skin. And I asked Helen to ask her clients and stuff, in particular, what they're struggling with their skin. And a big thing that comes up all the time is dry skin, eczema, rashes just appearing from nowhere, and stuff like that. So, skin is my thing. So, I'm going to talk about the skin aspect of things. And then, obviously, your skin is not only external, but it goes on with what's going on inside your body as well. So, I'm going to leave that part to Helen. Um, so first of all, I'm going to talk about dry skin. So like how you can determine whether you've got dry skin or not. And there's lots of like different telltale signs. So your skin feels really tight all the time. You've got rough patches. It can often feel itchy. And what I don't want people to do is confuse. Uh, sorry, I'm getting notifications coming up. What I don't want people to do is confuse rosacea with like if you're having red patches on your skin, straight away people think, oh, it's rosacea. But when you've got severely dry skin, which autoimmune diseases um, cause, your skin's going to go red. So sorry, Helen, hang on one second. I'm getting all these things. Um,
getting the people sending you messages and notifications.
yeah.
Mm.
So, first of all, the reason your skin is obviously, we're specifically talking about autoimmune diseases, but how you treat dry skin doesn't matter what you've got going on in your body, how you treat it externally is the same as if you would treat dry skin normally. So, the reason your skin is drier, Helen will know this anyway. Helen will teach all her clients this anyway. But the reason your skin is drier than normal, and you're getting all these different like rashes, or your skin's going red, when you've got an autoimmune disease, and that's to do with your thyroid. So if you've got low thyroid, then it's going to affect your skin. So don't underestimate not getting your thyroid tested, because if your hormones are on the wonk, then it's not just going to show up on your face, it's going to show up in lots of other ways as well. So I'm not going to talk about thyroid testing and hormones, but it is something that you should, if you're struggling with different things, always get your thyroid checked if you're suffering with autoimmune diseases. So, and again, I know testing things like that is something that Helen does with her clients. So speak to Helen if you need any testing done around your hormones. So like I said before, the way that you treat dry skin with an autoimmune disease is exactly the same as what you treat dry skin normally. So first of all, you need to look at the external causes of what's happening, and most of that is your free radicals. So that's all your pollutants. So your pollutants aren't just things that are going on in the world like smoke, smog, the sun. You've got things that are going on with skincare products as well. So there's over 163 chemicals that you put on your skin that you don't even realize that you're putting on your skin. And this is going to play havoc with your hormones because they're hormone disruptors. So I've just did a bit of checking actually this afternoon, and the EWG have got a new database, and it's called the Skin Deep database. So if you're worried about, I'm going to talk about this a bit more in a minute, but if you're worried about the toxins in your skincare, so whether that's things you're putting on your skin or even your personal care products, go and check out their database. You'll be shocked. So yeah, the parabens, yeah, all sorts of stuff that's in there. It just plays havoc with your skin. So to do with treating your skin, you want to I'm all about keeping things simple. So with like dry skin in particular, you want to be cleansing your skin with a water soluble cleanser. So you don't want anything with perfumes in it. You want everything like as clean as possible, and water soluble products are always the best. Don't use things like baby wipes or makeup wipes. They are just the worst. They're full of plastic. They are full of irritants in there as well. They've got lanolin in them. Because a lot of them are made from different plastics as well, that can scratch your face, irritate your face. So be cleansing your skin with something water soluble. And then you want to be exfoliating at least twice a week. And when you've got dry skin, and it's sometimes when you've got really bad dry skin, it can be quite sore. And if your skin's red, you steer away from exfoliating. But exfoliating is the best thing that you can do because it's sloughing off all that dead skin. So, you know, do it at night before you go into bed, because if your skin's prone to going red, then yeah, I'll always do it before I go to bed. And then what you're doing when you're putting anything on after that, you're treating new skin, you're not treating dead skin. And specifically for dry skin, you want to use a heavier moisturizer, so something that's got a bit of weight to it and that hasn't got tons of water in it. So again, check your products and look at the water content, because a lot of the cheap products that are on the market today, so you know, really cheap products that claim to do God knows what, if you look at the water content in their products, if it's really high, then that's not going to be doing anything for your skin. So you want to be pushing all the goodness into your skin with a good quality product. So the products that I use on my skin are all marine based. So there's lots of seaweed and there's all sorts of natural products in there as well. That's just my personal choice. So they don't contain any chemicals. They haven't got any I forgot what I'm saying now. They haven't got any chemicals in them. Yeah, and they're all from the sea, and products like that are marine based and naturally healing and anti-inflammatory. So that's what we want to be doing with our skin. So, and if you've got like dry skin on the rest of your body, a good thing is to invest in a body brush. So I love dry body brushing. So that's a great way to treat dry skin on your body as well. So that's just a tip for your body.
It's a great way to get your lymphatic
yeah, I was going to wait for you to say that. Yeah, it's great for doing things like that as well.
Yeah,
so yeah,
so it helps with
and always you know, you don't just sort of stand there doing all this with your brush. You just work your way towards your heart all of the time, because that's what's going to get everything going in the right place. What else have we got here? So Helen said she's had a few people that have had like sudden breakouts. So if you've had like, you've never suffered with breakouts since you were a teenager, and you suddenly, you know, you're finding little rashes everywhere on your face, that could be due to all sorts of things. So one of the biggest things is food sensitivities. So again, that's something that Helen can help you with food sensitivities, because and again, it's also affected by your thyroid hormone being out of wonk. So yeah, if you're getting sudden rashes that you've never had before, it's either what you're putting on your skin, like externally, or 9 times out of 10 there's something going on inside. So your thyroid hormone's on the wonk, or you're having sensitivities from foods. Now, food sensitivities, people say, you know, oh, I can eat this, and you know, I've never had any problem with that before. But as you get older, your body changes, and if your hormones are changing, you can suddenly be allergic to all sorts of different kinds of foods. It's the same as me. Like, I could always eat any fish, and like now I can't. You know, like if I eat certain types of fish, it just makes my skin go really red. I get covered in rashes. Whereas earlier on, like in my 30s and that, you know, I could eat anything and I'd never suffer with it. So don't always assume that you're not allergic to something.
Yeah, it's a constant flux. Everything's always changing.
Yeah, everything just constantly changes. So yeah, I'm just trying to think if I've not covered anything that you've asked me to cover.
I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, go on.
Rachel, actually, who is on at the moment, asked, why does she always break out after plucking her eyebrows? Even though she cleanses before and after, she always breaks out when she's plucked her eyebrows.
Right, okay. If you're plucking your eyebrows and then you're breaking out, what you're doing is, when you're plucking your eyebrows, you are actually opening the pores of your skin where you've pulled that hair follicle from. So what you should be doing is, yes, you should be cleansing first and everything, is just a really quick tip. You just need to shut those pores down really quickly, and you can do that with cold water. So just get a soft flannel, make sure it's really cold water, and then just pat that over your eyebrows, and don't touch the area, because if the pores are still open and you've been touching your desk or touching everywhere else, and then you're doing all this with your eyebrows, all that muck is going in those open pores. So yeah, that's just a really quick trick. And you make sure when you're exfoliating as well, you can exfoliate everywhere. So, you know, don't be afraid to go over your eyebrows. So that's just a tip for your eyebrows.
And then I've got another one. This lady's got Hashimoto's, and she said she struggles with eczema. She has got some food intolerances, but she's getting it on her eyes at the moment. Obviously, she's conscious of not wanting to put stuff on her eyes. And she was wondering if you had any tips for that.
Yeah, with your eyes, I'm assuming she means her eyelids.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that's the thinnest part of your skin on your face, and yes, you do have to be really careful. If you go to your doctors and you go to your GP, they are just quick to hand you a steroid cream.
Yeah.
And what that actually does, it will thin your skin even more.
Yeah.
So something, you want to use something that is really cool and really soothing. So anything natural, so things like aloe vera gel and things like, but make sure it's a natural aloe vera.
Yeah.
So it's like a pure aloe vera. I mean, I live in Spain, and there's a big warehouse, and it's just got thousands and thousands of aloe vera plants. So, you know, I can go there and you can physically just buy aloe vera. So aloe vera is really, really good. And don't put too much on, because it's on your eyes. So, and it's going to work, its products work their way in. So yeah, it's really not a nice place to get eczema there. I used to suffer with eczema really bad on my legs, but yeah, on your face it's really bad. I had a client years and years ago that came to see me, and her face was just red raw and with eczema, and the doctor had given her steroid cream, but he'd not told her that it thins your skin, and he'd not told her to ensure that she's not putting it around her eyes, and the skin was just so thin and crepey, where she was just desperate and was smothering her face in steroid cream. So
there's a product in the UK that I've used, and I've had eczema. I had it as a child, and it kind of disappeared when I was diagnosed with celiac. When I cut out the gluten, it went away completely. But if I become ill or I get really stressed, it will come back, and I will get it on my eyelids as well. And there's a product by Tropic Skincare called, I think it's Tamanu Balm, and that, just a tiny bit of that on it is fantastic. It just calms it all down.
Yeah. So you're looking for something that's anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
So, which is obviously what that balm is.
Yeah.
So even like with aloe vera, I'm sure you can buy like aloe vera sticks.
Yeah.
So you can just use that on your eyes and stuff. So that's really good for that. Yeah. So they're my tips around there. Have you got any more questions?
I've got one more. I mean, this might tie more into the thyroid than the skincare routine, because it's really common with clients complaining of super itchy skin, especially on their abdomen, their back, kind of the tops of the legs, and it tends to be worse at night. I don't know if you have any tips for that. I have. If you're
I mean, to stop the itching, would be antihistamines. But apart from that, or to use something really, really natural on it, just to take like the redness away or the soreness away. But to get rid of it is obviously internal.
It's an internal, it's
an internal
usually
thing.
It can be a thyroid symptom itself, but quite often it's a symptom of your liver not functioning as quickly as it should and not detoxing. And basically you need to address your digestion and your liver health in order to rectify it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I have used, I'm really showing my age here, like calamine lotion. There's a new one around. It's been around for a few years and I've used it. And it was really, really good. It's all natural because it's just chamomile, and it's, I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's pink in colour. And it's got an antihistamine in it. And it is literally... like when you smother yourself as a kid, your mum used smothering you in calamine lotion because you got burnt. This is different. When you put it on, it is like a light pinky colour, but because it's got an antihistamine in it, it literally takes any itching or literally away instantly. And it lasts. So that's just something that I've used that I know works. I used to get it. I used to get the really, really itchy, and it was horrendous at night. Like to the point where you think like something's crawling on you. It's like, it's pretty. And to try and keep your body cool when things like that are happening as well, because if your body's getting hotter when you're getting stressed, where you feel itchy, it's just going to make it feel 10 times worse. So
cool.
I mean, if you've not got any more questions, or has anyone that's on at the moment got any questions?
Feel free to pop questions on if you do have
questions in.
I'm more than happy to answer.
If not, I'm going to get Helen to talk about basically optimizing your skin from the inside out.
Okay, so there's quite a few things you can do to basically improve your skin health. Diet can play a massive part in it, and so can lifestyle. One of the first things I would be looking at is to make sure you're hydrated enough, so that you're drinking enough water, which is something that a lot of people do not do.
Says with their coffee.
Coffee and tea are fine in kind of moderation. Maybe if you're drinking a lot of it and you're drinking maybe a lot of alcohol, that's going to be dehydrating.
No, I don't.
And it's going to be putting an extra load on your liver as well. So that would play into, like we were talking about, the itching. If you're drinking a lot of kind of alcohol, it would kind of burden your liver a little bit. So I'd aim for probably about 2 litres of water a day, and just kind of I have a flask and it goes everywhere with me. If I'm working, it's on my desk. If I go out, I take it in the car, so that I've always got kind of something to keep me hydrated as I'm going. Otherwise I completely forget. So another thing that you want to be making sure that you are getting enough of is healthy fats. So every cell in your body has a cell membrane, and that cell membrane is made up of fats. So the fats that you are eating are going to dictate the health of those cells. and obviously your skin cells are no different to any of the cells in your body. You want to be making sure you're giving them the right fats. So you want to be looking at omega-3 fatty acids. So you'll be getting that from oily fish such as salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, herring, trout, ground flax seeds, chia seeds or hemp seeds, or even walnuts are good sources.
Yeah.
Other healthy fats that you can also include in your diet are olive oil, olives, coconut oil and coconut products, avocados. They're all really good sources of healthy fats, and your skin cells are going to thank you for kind of eating those. They're going to be in much better condition.
Yeah.
So that horrible dry scaliness that you quite often get with Hashimoto's, especially on your legs, that will help massively. Just those two things, the hydration and the healthy fats, would make a massive difference. You also need to be making sure you're getting good sleep, and I know that can be an issue for a lot of people with chronic illness. Sleep can be a problem, so you need to try and put a sleep routine in place. Try and kind of be going to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time. Your body basically repairs and it detoxes quite a lot whilst you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So if you're not getting that sleep, you're not detoxing those toxins. Again, that's going to burden your liver. And this is all going to show in your skin health, because if your liver is burdened and is kind of slow, it is going to look at other ways of detoxing. And one of your other detox options is through your skin. Yeah. So those toxins are going to be coming out through your skin. You're going to get breakouts. You're going to have kind of itchiness, rashes, things like that. So yeah, you really need to be kind of trying to get the best sleep you possibly can. So then we were looking at gut health. You need to be kind of making sure your gut bacteria are balanced, that your stomach acid is kind of sufficient in order for you to break down your foods and to absorb your nutrients, which can be a problem with Hashimoto's. A lot of people have low stomach acid. Yeah. So you need to be kind of quite mindful.
And if your thyroid's low as well, it's not going to absorb all the right nutrients as well. So
yeah, so things like
everyone's going to be running to you now to get their thyroid tested.
Exactly. That in itself, just the low thyroid, can be an issue with your skin health. It's quite common to notice really dry skin. It's common to notice that your nails aren't in good condition, that your hair's in bad condition. It's quite often falling out. Dry, cracked heels is a massive indicator of thyroid issues, unfortunately. So if you have really dry and cracked skin on your heels, you would really need to be speaking to your GP about getting tested. Other things that you need to be looking at is things like fiber, so to keep your digestive system moving so that it's not slow and those toxins aren't building up and getting recycled. So the fiber also feeds your good bacteria, so that's helping your kind of microbiome keep balanced. What else have we got on here? You want to be basically eating as many antioxidant foods as you possibly can in order to combat the free radicals that Caroline mentioned earlier. Obviously, you get the free radical damage from your environmental products, but you can also get that from internal processes, from the foods you're eating. If you're eating processed, sugary, refined foods, you are going to find that it's giving your body a lot more to do, and there are going to be a lot more free radicals. So antioxidant foods, you want to be looking at your vitamins and minerals such as vitamins A, C and E, and minerals such as selenium and zinc. So selenium, a fantastic source of selenium is Brazil nuts. Zinc, but I would say try and make sure they're organic, because the minerals come from the soil. So if they've been sprayed with pesticides, the minerals in the soil will be depleted. So if the soil doesn't have it, then the tree and the nuts aren't going to have that kind of mineral content either. So I always aim for organic when it comes to things like that. So zinc, you'd be looking at red meat, shellfish, seafood. It's also in Brazil nuts as well, so that's a great source. Pumpkin seeds, a great source of zinc as well. And then your vitamins, vitamin A, it will come from animal products again. If you're getting it in the form of beta carotenes from your plants, then you'll be getting that from your orange and kind of yellow coloured vegetables and fruits, and your deep green kind of vegetables as well have a lot of vitamin A. Vitamin C, you want to be looking at things like strawberries, melon, kiwis, citrus fruits, but also your green leafy vegetables, and things like tomatoes as well are a great source.
Yeah.
What have I missed? Oh, it was vitamin E, wasn't it, the other one? And that again, nuts and seeds, raw nuts and seeds are a great source of vitamin E. So all those kind of things you want to be including in your diet.
Yeah.
And what you want to be looking at is to have the most varied diet you possibly can. So you want to be having as many different types of vegetables, as many different colours of those vegetables, because all your different coloured vegetables have different nutrients.
Yeah.
And it's not just your the minerals and vitamins that you're looking for. You're looking for like the phytonutrients kind of, and the antioxidants that are in there as well. And they all have their own kind of like little set of nutrients. So the more kind of range you have, the more nutrition you're getting.
Yeah, can I just talk about something? If you can hear snoring, sorry, that's my dog. I'm just going to go and give him a poke. He snores.
Bless him.
He always snores when I'm doing a video. Yeah, just pick up on something Helen said about obviously vitamins and minerals, and if anyone's tuning in or they're watching this later and they're all going to go diving on out to, I'm not going to change my diet, I'm just going to stock up on my supplements. I will give a word of warning here, don't go diving out buying supplements without getting tested properly, because it's just dangerous. So you know, you could be overdosing on a specific vitamin that you don't actually need. And yeah, so make sure you're getting tested properly. And you know, if you are buying vitamins or different minerals, then look at the quality of the products that you're buying as well. So the cheaper they are, the more rubbish they are. So you know, if you're serious about, you know, you want to take, you know, certain vitamins and minerals, you know, check the quality of them. But the biggest thing is check that you're actually deficient enough in that vitamin that you should be supplementing. So yeah, so I just wanted to pick that up because
that's important.
I've spoken to people in the past and it's like, oh, I can't be bothered to change my diet, so I just start taking a load of supplements.
And supplements are great as a supplement to your diet, but they are not. They're never going to replace good nutrition. They're never going to replace a good diet. It should always be food first and then supplements if needed. And you also need to be considering if you are on medication or any of those supplements are likely to be interacting with your medication, you need to be careful of that. So you either need to speak to somebody like myself, or you need to speak to your GP about interactions before you start taking things. There's a question on here from Christopher asking if we should be eating cruciferous leafy greens. That's quite a good question, Christopher. It's quite controversial with the thyroid. A lot of people say to avoid it because it can, they contain goitrogens basically, and it can make your thyroid enlarged. However, you would need to be eating a lot of them and eating them raw. The kind of thinking behind it used to be, yes, completely avoid it, but that's changing, and it's now looking at the quantity that you eat of it. If you're eating them cooked, they're generally not a problem. It's more if that you're eating them raw, and again, you would have to be eating quite a lot of them in order for it to be that kind of big of a problem. So I would say don't avoid them. So they're full of B vitamins. They're full of kind of, like I was saying, vitamin C, magnesium. They're a great source of nutrition. So I wouldn't avoid them. Oh, there we are. Eating raw or cooked. Yeah, either or. Definitely, if you are eating them raw, making sure you're not eating like too much of it. So I'd kind of probably avoid like things like raw green smoothies, because that's going to have quite a lot in. But if you're having a salad, then that's going to be fine. But cooked isn't a problem because it basically breaks it down. So cool.
Has anyone else got any questions? Or
let me just scroll up and see if I've missed any. Let's have a look. No, I don't think I've missed any on there. One thing I did want to say about skin health, and especially when it comes to things like eczema, obviously we touched on the food intolerances, And obviously some of those that you need to be aware of that can be an issue for those with Hashimoto's are gluten, wheat, dairy and soy can be issues for people with Hashimoto, so they're all worth considering if you are having things like eczema. But you also need to keep a handle on your stress, and that's really important. Things like eczema are really, really sensitive to stress levels, and also your thyroid as well. If you're stressed, it's going to raise your cortisol levels, and that is going to lower your metabolism. It's going to lower your conversion of your T4 hormone to your T3 hormone. It's going to slow your digestion down. It's going to slow your liver down, and that's when you're going to start to see things appearing on your skin like eczema. So introducing stress management techniques is really, really important for kind of basically, well, it's really important for your whole health, but it is really important for your thyroid health and for things like eczema as well.
Yeah, it's you mentioned cortisol actually. So obviously, if you're testing your hormones, it's going to pick up on your cortisol levels. So again, you could supplement your, because I know that's something that I had to do quite a while ago. I had to supplement my cortisol levels, but I wouldn't just dash out on